Word around the city is the Detroit Pistons are interested into Dennis Smith Jr. Also, the Orlando Magic, Phoenix Suns are two teams that are point guard needy that are interested in Dennis Smith Jr. from the Mavs. We back. Motor City Sports Talk. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in now. The Suns and Orlando Magic were in talks about acquiring Reggie Jackson from the Pistons as well, too. There was talks about them sending Evan Fournier to the Pistons, which he ain't been playing that well this year. Terrence Ross been not playing to him the majority of the year in Orlando. And Phoenix sending T.J. Warren, who I thought was an outstanding player when he's healthy, for Reggie Jackson. Now, a lot of Pistons are getting happy about Dennis Smith Jr. and potentially him being acquired, from the Mavericks. And, I'm not excited. I don't like the Dennis Smith Jr. thing. We talked about some hypothetical guys the Pistons could get, and I didn't like him because he got too many Reggie Jackson qualities as far as his health. He's always healthy. Right now, he's quote unquote out with a sore back. And I don't know if he's out because, maybe it's some jealousy between him and Luke Doncic. And I remember he shot the ball after the game clock went off and they lost to New Orleans, and Doncic wasn't happy. Maybe they can't play well together. Maybe Dennis Smith Jr. don't like all the accolades Luka Doncic getting, or he want to be the point guard and Doncic is really the primary ball handler for the team. Whatever going on chemistry wise, it ain't working between them. But he ain't healthy enough for it to work. And I don't know if they both open-minded enough to accept each other and learn to play with each other. And I just think Dallas like, you know what, we're gonna roll with Doncic. And one thing I don't like about Dennis Smith Jr. as well is that he had that knee problem going back to high school and NC State. And now you got a sore back, sore knee, sore ankle, sore, headaches. This dude is Reggie Jackson. Now, if you can build his physical strength up, he could be healthy. I mean, he's a clear upgrade over Reggie Jackson, but his availability, the best ability is availability. He ain't got a lot of availability. He's often hurt. He doesn't play. They really cut the back-to-back games down. He's still not playing back-to-backs. Even 2 games for 3 nights, he's still resting. He's still sore. His knee still bother him. His elbow, his back, his ass, his head, his teeth. I mean, it's always something with him, okay? Legitimately, it's always something with him. And I wouldn't give up no draft pick, no first-round draft pick. I don't think they got a second because the Clippers got this year. And I wouldn't give up no future first-round pick and no deal for Dennis Smith Jr. He ain't worth it, okay? He ain't worth it. He another guy to go out there, and I don't know if it's because of Doncic here. His stats ain't been good this year, or he ain't been healthy. But, he ain't somebody that's going to tear up the stat line. He is a guy that, at his best, if he reaches potential, you got an all-star, superstar, MVP type of guy. That's his ceiling. His ceiling is high. Very, very high. But then again, you replacing an injury-prone player with Reggie Jackson. If you trade him for Dennis Smith Jr. some type of deal with another injury-prone guy, you got Blake that's injury-prone. But I do think he's a better point guard than him. I think this would be a great move for Andre Drummond, a great move for Blake Griffin. You talking about at his best, and if he's healthy and he's mentally right, coming from Dallas and he's accepted being in Detroit, you talking about coming off the pick and roll, he's explosive. You got to respect his floater, respect his ability to bang out and finish at the rim. And then you got to respect him being able to be a facilitator and lobbing to Blake and Drummond off the pick and rolls and finding an open spot up shooter. Now, I think it would be it's a good risk to take for the Pistons, but it's just not a risk that I'm willing to take for any means necessary. I think that if they willing to take Reggie Jackson or whatever deal, as long as they got to be a first-round draft pick involved and wherever else they want it other than Blake and Dre, I'm cool with it, bro. I'm cool. Unless they throw DeAndre Jordan in there, that's the way I'm moving Dre. But if they not asking for a first-round draft pick and they saying we want Stanley, Reggie, I don't give a shit. Ish Smith, I don't care about none of them dudes. None of them dudes is producing. Luke Kennard, he can have them. They can have them. People talking about, we got to hang on to Reggie Bullock. What he's done? He's the only 3-point shooter. He ain't barely making shit on the night-to-night base. He inconsistent. I'll give up whatever besides a first-round draft pick, Dre and Griffin for Dennis Smith Jr., okay? I would take that risk, but tread lightly, knowing that he got injury issues, knowing that you need to have your strength and conditioning coach build his strength up. You may need to rest him for the rest of the season, in my opinion. But I don't see the Pistons making the playoffs. I will build his strength up. I will have him on a maintenance plan, build his legs up, putting weight on him. He needs to put about 10 to 15 pounds of muscle on, legs and all that. He can play the game. He worth the risk. He cheaper than Reggie Jackson. And I think he got an axe to grind. I wouldn't be mad if the Pistons took that risk, but I think it's other options to be made, especially if you're talking about draft picks as well, other than Dennis Smith Jr. But I personally wouldn't pull the trigger on a deal, you know. But you know, if it ain't nothing else that's popping, then you got to, in my opinion. But let me know what y'all feel about Dennis Smith Jr. coming to the Pistons. What would you give up? What wouldn't you give up? Motor City Sports Talk, we in the building. I appreciate everybody for checking in. One time for the one time, hit the subscribe button, bell icon button. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out to the email or DM me on social media if you got a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or you just want advice and you just want to chop it up. Appreciate everybody. Hit me up in the email to show appreciation, man. Salute. Keep following the channel. Keep sharing the channel. It's the biggest way we'll be able to grow our subscriber base and do bigger and better things. Possibly got some surprises coming up for the channel, some giveaways, so be on the lookout. Motor City Sports Talk. Y'all know what it is. We gone.